Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be checking a sketchbook tour, something different, and it's gonna be DISember 2024. DISember, for all of those who don't know, it is a drawing challenge, pretty similar to Inktober. We are given a prompt, a daily prompt, and with that prompt we need to do a drawing. Okay, this lasts during the full month of December. This is my first time participating. I saw it already online last year, but because of schedule and other drawings I was doing at that moment, I couldn't join. But this is my first year participating, my first year doing it day by day, fully completing the challenge and finishing on the 31st of December, in the last day of the year. Okay, this is a challenge created by the same people who did Mermaid. Mermaid, it's a challenge as well, a drawing challenge during the month of May. And the first time I participated as well fully, and I'm gonna put here a link so you can click on that video as well if you want to see a bunch of mermaids and type of Gyojin fish people doing things and, you know, having like a little bit of an adventure there in that story. This challenge, like the mermaid, has been hosted by Whitney Paulette, The Animated Life, and LB Illustrates. I'm gonna put down below their links so you can see their Instagram as well. Nice, very nice artists, and the style is beautiful, so I recommend 100% that you check on them. So you can see here like a small preview. We have 31 prompts, so let's go and let's start the day. Okay, the first I'm gonna be moving because this is a A3 sketchbook, and I fitted 6 drawings in each paper. Okay, so I'm gonna be moving it around the tripod and everything. I have the tripod here on top, and yeah, so you can see this year, like I did in Inktober, I decided to add myself to the drawings because I am a Disney kid. I'm a Disney person who grew up with Disney, watching the movies. I remember, you know, now that we just finished Christmas time, my Santa Claus type of present, it will be every year to have a Disney movie plus some chocolates and like a VHS to watch on the TV. And I have to say that there are some prompts that I didn't know, that I will mention them when we reach to the point, and there are some prompts that obviously I wanted to draw something more of my liking. So this has been a very sentimental project because I have drawn myself with some of my favorite characters, and I love it. So each one of them has been a little bit emotional for me, and very nice, because I never done something like this, and it is very touching for me. December the 1st, we have Figmet. Figmet is one of those prompts that I had to research because I'm not American. So this dragon, this purple dragon, this mascot, or is mascot of one of the parks, and since the very beginning, and I never been there, I never been to the park, so I had to research who this guy was. So I checked some information and everything, and I decided to do the cartoony style of the dragon and explaining like I'm talking, like in real life. You know, Figment, this will be my first December. And he's like, excellent. And I draw myself here very excited, very happy with Mickey Mouse ears, because obviously it is the signature of Disney, the ears. Then we go into the second prompt. This you will easily recognize as the Muses. The Muses is the prompt from the second, and from the Hercules movie, okay? So I decided to draw myself there in the middle, very shy, very smiley, very happy, surrounded with these nice girls, that the super nice songs that they are singing in the Hercules movie and everything. One of my favorite movies in Disney ever. This came a little bit late, a little bit after the golden era and everything. I was a little bit older, like around 10, something like that, and it's one of my favorites. I remember playing the video game for PlayStation 1 all day, all night, and you know, running, doing the quests and everything, and I loved it. I loved it. So we go now. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. Yeah, like this, it will do. This as well is easily recognizable. The prompt is Steamboat Willie. This guy is Willie, this guy is Mickey, and then there is this scene in black and white that they're on the boat, and they are, you know, talking, and he's the boss, the captain there of the boat. They start to sing and everything, and then, you know, the girlfriend Minnie as well joins on the boat. I rewatched it a couple of times because it is something very beautiful for me as a traditional animator, as an artist, as a character designer. Is something that I love to see the starts in this type of art for me. So this was, I think, one of the most emotional drawings to do, and I wanted to do it in black and white because the short is actually like this. It looks in black and white, and all of this comes as well from Silly Symphonies. The Silly Symphonies were these kind of shorts at the beginning of Disney that they started by taking a piece of music, a really nice piece of music, and then adapting animation, kind of interpreting this animation with the main Disney characters at the point. Okay, and very nice. So I draw myself playing one of the instruments, and that Mickey is playing as well. So just to join the party there. Okay. Next prompt, number 4, you will recognize in a second as well. Okay, we have Merlin from Sword in the Stone. I decided to go for this prompt. I saw, because I'm drawing in the afternoons after work and everything, and I was you log into Instagram to check the prompt of the day. This is an extra challenge that I put myself for all these drawing challenges. I don't want to check the prompt, okay? I want to check the prompt on the day or during the day, so I can have it fresh, and that for me is the challenge, 1 prompt per day. If I have time to think about the prompt or I can prepare myself, and that is not a challenge. That for me is just a normal drawing that I think, what can I do, okay? So if you check Inktober, that I'm gonna put my latest Inktober here. If you check the mermaid that I put before, if you check Inktober 52, Inktober from the previous year, you will see that in all of them, or I mention in the video that, or I write it in the comments that I don't want to check the prompt and I want to do it kind of spontaneous, let's say, okay? So here we see Merlin, and I saw that day when I checked the prompt that everyone was drawing Merlin, and I wanted to do something a little bit different and more special for me. And I really like the part when they transform into squirrels and they are moving around the forest. So I decided to do that part, like a kind of reddish, gingery type of a squirrel. That's me with the glasses and everything, and do kind of this representation that Merlin is taking me this time instead of Arthur to have a nice exploration around the forest. Okay. And number 5 is Moana. For Moana, I decided to go for a funny thing for me. Do a miniature me riding. I'm kind of coming to pick up Moana. Let's go and have a walk. So we are gonna go on the guys. That these guys are the ones from the movie. So we're gonna ride them and walk around. Okay. Then number 6, it is AIHirschfeld. I think it's pronounced like that. Hirschfeld. Sorry if there's anyone who is able to pronounce. Feel free to correct me or put the pronunciation in the comment section down below. Okay. So this person is this caricature, this drawing that I have here, that is basically the inspiration of the style that we see the Rhapsody in Blue clip the short in the movie Fantasia, okay? And this short was directed by Goldberg, Mr. Goldberg. Is one of the oldest animation artists in Disney. It's a classic. He's been in many of the big movies, and it's a reference, and is a very particular guy, easily to recognize because he's always wearing these kind of shirts with patterns. And so I decided to do like, I'm chatting with him, I painted myself in one color and him in one color, like we see as well the style a little bit in the short. And he's like, come on, yes or not, Goldberg? And he is like, I think we got him, yes, and yeah, this was a very nice drawing as well, very emotional drawing, and to be able to caricaturize both of them, that these people, you know, they are legends, it was very nice for me. Something that you don't normally do in normal basis. To apply to the challenge, I loved it. So here on the left, we see the next prompt, that is number 7, Disney Dogs. I know these guys, Goofy and Max, they are human, anthropomorphic characters, but they are dogs. The base is a dog for the character. So I decided to do basically my favorite dogs in the universe of Disney, okay? And we have here, you know, Toy Story Slinky. We have here Pongo as well from 101 Dalmatians, one of my definitely favorite movies in Disney. The style, the backgrounds, the animation, you can see the trace. They use the technique that you will be able to see the 2D lines of the pencil drawn around. In some of the characters you are able to see this in the animation, and it looks beautiful. They change a couple of things. Slowly, as I said in my previous video, I wanna add extra videos to the channel regarding topics like this, maybe what type of animation and how the swapping animation was, because 101 Dalmatians was a kind of a turn of events in the animation section, let's say, and I want to go through it and explain it and everything, okay? And yeah, so my favorite dogs in the universe. Then for number 8, the prompt that was given was Candleshoe. Candleshoe is a movie with Jodie Foster. It's an old movie, okay, before I was born, and this is a very young Jodie Foster movie that I have never watched. So on the day I said, obviously I'm gonna start watching the movie now. It is one of these movies, live action, so it's people. It's not an animated movie, and I didn't recognize it. So I decided to go for the joke. Okay, I wanted to draw Donald because I draw already Goofy. That is, I think, my favorite character from the main Disney characters. I think Goofy is my favorite one. I drawn Goofy, I draw Max, I drawn Mickey as well. So I said, yeah, I need to do Donald. It doesn't matter if later he's gonna be on the list or not. I'm just gonna draw it. So we are joking. You know Donald, and he's like, what is it? I don't think I have watched this one, and he is like the same. No, he didn't watch the movie. I kind of go in with the joke. Okay. After this, we have Robin Williams. Robin Williams, as you know, is the guy, the actor, who is the voice, in between many other voices and many other characters, of the genie in Aladdin. Okay, Aladdin as well is a legend movie. It's beautifully animated, really nice, really stylish. The tale of Aladdin originally come from the stories of the Arabian Nights. The Arabian Nights, it's a compilation of stories from the East. When I say East, doesn't mean China or Japan, or it says it kind of englobes the whole East in the whole area, because there are some stories that happen in Arabia, happen in the desert, some others happen in Egypt, some others happen in China. And Disney here in this movie swapped a couple of things. Actually, I want to do a video about this as well. Basically, Aladdin and the story is they are in China, and Aladdin is Chinese. It is not like it's represented in the movie. But obviously Disney, like all the companies, because this is a company, they do interpretation of a story, like in Cinderella, in Snow White, everywhere. It's an interpretation of stories, so we are able to see a different take in the story. So I make the joke here because you don't recognize Robin Williams here, and so I done a caricature of Robbie Williams, the singer. This is something that I always find very funny. Maybe it's like a joke or something for me, the similar name and the pronunciation of the name and everything. So instead of asking for 3 wishes, suggesting that you can say 3 wishes, it's I can sing you 3 songs, master. And you, no, sorry. Wrong lamp. And this is one of my most liked posts from the full challenge, because probably a lot of people picked the joke, I think. And I have a lot of lamps that I'm testing there to see which one is what. In between them, there is a kettle, there is a rice maker there, that is the good one is there at the end, and as well is Mrs. Potts from The Beauty and the Beast there. And we are gonna now go into the next prompt. That is dress. Prompt number 10 is dress. And as well, if you are a Disney fan, you will easily recognize that we are here making Cinderella dress with all the mouses here, jumping, hanging from the ceiling, cutting, and we are singing, we are making this nice dress. And it's a little me, mouse as well, pulling this long thread to finish the bottom of the thing. And this is the boss. The boss is there controlling, like in the Cinderella movie. She's managing and organizing, making sure that everyone is doing their task. Next one, Timon and Pumba. Timon and Pumba, as well, Lion King, one of the legend movies of the golden era for Disney. Okay, and Timon and Pumba, or for me, or they are eating, or they are joking, or they are sleeping. So I decided to do that we have Pumba there sleeping, like in the movie. I am sleeping there on top, like in the movie, and Timon is on top. That he is already awake, but he has a massive, bug there that he's gonna eat before we get up. So he's gonna have the whole thing for himself, the guy. Next one, Zootopia or Zootropolis. Little bit difficult to move with this big paper. I do. The main characters, like they are my pals, my friends. I went to visit them with my mini car, and I just pay a visit to my friends here and sitting next to them and everything. And very nice one, this one as well. We're gonna go to the next. That is number 13, Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee is the voice in the movie Lady and the Tramp, okay? So she's voicing this character, and she sings as well some of the songs in the story and everything, and it's like, he's a tramp, they adore him. And again, I go for this thing that I love, that is the contrast in size, and I draw a very small me, very happy, listening, kind of. In my post in Instagram, I joked like, oh, I never went to a concert that I had this first line seats, and I actually sitting on top of the singer. Very nice. Next one, obviously to recognize as well, this is, prompt is Casita, so I'm drawing Abuela from the movie Encanto, and here, what I say here is, hold on there, Abuela, you need therapy before we continue. I'm kind of worried about her, and this is the moment when we see the flashback of Abuela, and she's walking backwards. When you walk backwards in animation, or in a movie, you will always see people, or the main character, the hero, walking forwards, okay? Because that's the way that we in Europe, in the West, we read. So that means going forward in life. But Abuela, this is represented, I think, for me, in the analysis of the walk, very nicely when she's walking backwards, because she's the problem of the movie, she's the whole reason for the anguish of everyone in the family. Her experience is very traumatic, I understand. Nowadays, therapy therapy, and you can treat, you can talk about the problems and how you feel to be able to go forward, no walk backwards. She got stuck in the past, and she's walking backwards, making everyone to be stuck as well. And basically, this is one, or if not the most liked and the most viewed drawing of this challenge, I think, because it represents a lot. This movie touched me, and I think a lot of people, because the attitude of older generations that you see, this is not correct, but we know that Abuela is not gonna go to therapy, but this is not correct, and there is no way. I didn't like at the end, for me, for my taste, for the storytelling of this movie, the end is not nicely done. I didn't want the granddaughter to have to apologize to her or to have to understand her. We understand her, but yeah, she was completely out of place there. But you know, I guess this is about recognizing the mistake, I guess, in my opinion. Okay, so let's move the paper. And this is very easy recognizable as well. We have Doc McStuffins. The Doc McStuffins for number 15 is a cartoon for kids, okay? And obviously I never watched it, it's newer and everything, and I didn't want to go into the realm of stuff that I don't know, but on top of that, I wouldn't like much to watch, I would say, because it's for little kids. If it would have got me in my generation, probably yes, I would know it, but I decided to go for something different. How it's about kids, it's about like animation project for little kids and everything. I decided to go play with that idea, that I done a hook. Who said Lost Boys? And this is what? I said Doc McStuffins hook. Oh my god, and I'm kind of with my hand like this. Kind of, this is the sword, and this is the finger, like holding him like that. Something like a funny gag here as well, so we can introduce a hook that I wanted to draw as well, and it was a nice way of fitting him in the story, okay? The next one, we have Gargoyles, and there are many people that I've seen online as well that they drawn Goliath from Gargoyles. I wanted to draw Goliath as well. I started by drawing a little bit of a sketch of Goliath because I wanted to do maybe multiple Gargoyles with myself. Because I love Gargoyles, and I love the Notre Dame movie as well, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. But at the end I decided to change my idea and draw myself as one of the movie Gargoyles here, like a little interpretation of me as a gargoyle, with my friend Quasimodo as well. Because Goliath, what I wanted to do with Goliath and the rest of the gang there, it would have taken a lot of time for me to do a drawing like that, and I prefer to do that maybe for a specific analysis of the series. And that day I remember it was very late. I think it was maybe 11 at night or 10 at night, and I was very tired, so I just wanted to do something a little bit more quick for me to draw than do a full-grown gargoyle with the colics and everything. So yeah, that's why I went for this option, and I needed to include Notre Dame in the movie too. And then number 17, DuckTales. Obviously the three brothers. I had to draw the three brothers in the new style of the new Disney style that is more cartoony, that I like it, and obviously I draw myself as a character like them, running and doing all the mischievous things that they do all the time and everything. It's just a little bit shocking for me to see them design like this nowadays, because I'm not following the new adventures, but I remember them being more traditionally drawn, designed, more animal looking. Here are more cartoony and everything, but yeah, I love it. My style is cartoon as well, so I love it. And here is the last one of this page. Let's see, we can move it like this. Yeah, that this you will recognize. I had to draw Esmeralda, but again, I didn't want to do a drawing of a girl and realistic, and it was very late and everything, so I decided to go like the other prompt with Moana and do something similar as well. Me riding the goat and trying to go and find Esmeralda, to go on an adventure, and to go find Quasimodo and visit him in Notre Dame and everything, okay? I have to confess that I avoided a little bit, apart from Abuela and maybe another one that you can see around, I avoided a little bit to draw the complicated and more time-consuming girls, or let's say princesses, in the Disney world. Okay, let's go to the next. This is Marc Davis. Okay, Marc Davis is this one here on the left. Marc Davis Mr. Davis was one of the 9 old men. The 9 old men are kind of the 9 guys, these legends of animation, that they basically started the whole thing with the beginning, with the movies, Snow White and everything. At the very beginning of Disney, they were the guys. They were animating most of the movie, storyboarding full movies, putting all the work to make this happen, creating the characters and everything. And I will probably talk about them in one video as well, or maybe do one video per each and talking about each one of them. And this is something that I drawn for myself. Like I draw him praising me, like I like your spirit, young man, believe in you, and I'm like, thank you, Mr. David, sir, like nervous, excited, like someone like him can acknowledge or recognize my work. And so I decided to do something like this, because for me it's kind of, you are giving yourself moral support, emotional support, and it is very nice. And yeah, so basically he was one of the 9 old men. We continue with Island. Island, I didn't want to draw an island. You guys know that we, here in the channel or in the Instagram, what I do is characters. I do mini comics, mini stories, and the Island prompt, it reminds me from Treasure Island, that we have as well the Treasure Planet movie in Disney, a very underrated movie. It is an incredibly nicely done movie, combining 2D and 3D, with the ships and everything, and all the aliens, and sailing in the universe. Very beautiful movie. And I decided to do Jim here, like kind of in my post time. My character is telling him, your movie is super cool. And he's like, oh, thanks for that, dude. Because it's one of those movies that they spend the money, they spend the time and everything, but later it wasn't that well received, because it was something different in Disney, a change in Disney for style, and it was more like an adventure type of movie, not like a musical princess type of thing, or no like a animal focus type of movie. So this was a revolution as well in Disney, like Atlantis, and I think that's what made them have a lower reward, let's say, less amount of people going into the premiere and everything, into the movie and everything. Then here we go into the Prom 21, that is Gravity Falls. I draw the guys there with me in their style a little bit, and they are telling me stories, and I'm very astounded, very excited, like, oh my god, all of that looks so weird. Basically nothing else to say about this one, just a small caricature of the series with myself there. 22 is Wings. This one, if you recognize, is Maleficent, from the live action Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie, I think it was, yeah. So Angelina Jolie in this scene, I draw her in that moment that she loses her wings, because that guy makes himself to hate, because they were friends, to have the acknowledging of the kingdom and everything. She decides to cut the wings to kind of demonstrate that he basically killed her, and it's a very frustrating moment. It's a very difficult moment, a nicely represented moment for a difficult situation in the story. And yeah, I kind of made myself there, like instead of the friend, the crow there, it is myself, the one who is finding her in the situation, and he's like, no, like something happened, and I just realized that she is actually missing these massive wings and everything. Very nice interpretation. I am not a fan of making the bad characters good or explaining a reason. Sometimes I like to have a bad character because it's bad character, okay? But I think maybe in this movie Maleficent is the nicest of them all. So she's done very nice in this story, in this adaptation of the story for the live action. So it's believable. Okay, I will believe that because of these things that happens to her, then we see her becoming a little bit more bad and things. It is not fully 100% of my liking, but I would say it's an okay movie. Okay, it's a recommendation to watch. Maleficent. Maleficent 2 is weak story, but as I guess we will talk about these movies as well in due time when I analyze them and everything. Okay, this from Mary Poppins. This is Prom 23 live action animation hybrid, and the first thing that comes to my mind, it's one of my favorite movies ever as well from Disney, very old movie, and that is Mary Poppins. There is a drawing of Mary Poppins later, but obviously I didn't check. But I decided to do Bert here, and he's dancing, with on the roofs and everything when we have the song that we are dancing, and I draw us all a little bit dirty from the from cleaning and everything, the chimneys, and he's singing chimney, and I draw the penguins that we have when we go into the painting in the park with Mary, and because I wanted to show the hybrid in the animation project. Okay, so kind of they end up coming out with him, and they are now working with him. That doesn't happen in the story, but it's something funny that it can be interesting for me. It's kind of joking, like have you met Mary yet? And I'm like, who? Because obviously later we have the other from the other drawing. Okay, and this brings us to the next prompt. Okay, you will see here that we have here Christmassy, that is Nightmare Before Christmas, because obviously we are touching already the 24th prompt on the Christmas night. So Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas time, I had to do Jack dressing as Santa Claus, and carrying the presents, and singing and everything, that who is Santa Claus, and we are gonna swap all the presents that the kids have in the story for our special Halloween presents. It's one of my favorites as well, one of your favorites as well, because together with Abuela and together with Robin Williams, Genie is being one of the most viewed and most liked in the Instagram as well, so that is very nice. Melody Time is the prompt for the 25th, and this is showing, I do not remember exactly the name of the guy, but I remember the story because it's been a couple of days and everything, but it was Appleseed, that he was called Appleseed. He takes a bag full of apples, and he's traveling around North America planting apples so they can bloom and grow and everything, and I'm kind of making way for him. And this was a very quick, and if you see a smaller than the rest type of drawing for the challenge, because as well 25th, a lot of things to do, going up and down, eating and everything, preparing food, preparing things. So I had just maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes to do this quick for the prompt for the day and everything. I could have prepared it the day after, the day before, but as I said before, my challenge, on top of the challenge, is this prompt is for the 25th, so I will draw it on the 25th. Okay, if not, I missed a day and I will do it the day after, but my idea is I'm not gonna prepare drawings or do anything like that, because the challenge is the challenge, in my opinion, in my opinion. Okay, next one, it is indeed, as you can see, Mary Poppins, and I needed to draw her. I love her character and I love the story, and I wanted to. There was a lot of conflict at the beginning with the author Travers, because what Walt Disney wanted to do with the Sherman Brothers and everything, to adapt this as a musical and put all the scenes. Those brothers are the ones who made the songs for the story, for the movie. They didn't agree at the beginning, and they had to send different proposals, various proposals and everything, until at the very end. There is a movie, I think even in Disney Plus there is a movie, and you can see all these conflict happening, unraveling there with the actors and everything, but yeah. So here I'm mesmerized, basically, looking at her coming down, that it can't be, you must be, and indeed she's coming, very English, very coming in a way when you need her. When the kid needs Mary Poppins, she will come, and I think it is a beautiful representation of the story and a beautiful character. Mary Poppins, I love it, I love her. Lost, December 27 is Lost. I decided to do a drawing of Tigger, and he's like, whoa, what's this? And he's like, oh, I'm Tigger. And he, nice to meet you, ha ha ha. Okay, what is a Tigger? So this scene happens in a blustering day, in the windy movie, in the introduction of Tigger. In a windy day, he arrives to Pooh house, and he jumps on top of him, and he's wearing this nightcap and everything, his pajama, and he's singing that there are no two Tiggers, he's the only Tigger and everything. And then we have this kind of funniest scene when he's looking in the mirror, and there is actually another Tigger there, and he got scared of the other Tigger. It's very nice. It's a very beautiful short of animation to introduce the character. There is an original manuscript that I've seen in Trinity College, where the author studied and everything, and beautifully with ink the characters. Obviously the characters are not like this. These are Disney representation of the original characters. The characters are more like peluche type of looking, like more like a kid type of drawing and everything, but I love it. I always loved Winnie the Pooh and everything. So this brings me almost to the end. Okay, we have here number 28, The Rescuers Down Under. This movie about, these two mouse that go in adventures and flying and jumping and everything. And I have here Bernard, and Bernard is there is a girl there as well, obviously. And he's talking about the girl, and I'm kind of understanding him. Like when you are talking with a friend, when you met a girl and you want to explain, oh, she's so nice, she's so this, she's so that, and yeah. So basically, I wanted to do a little bit of a joke with that. We go now prompt 29. That is James Earl Jones. This is the man who voiced Mufasa in The Lion King, and you may know him as well, because he is as well the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars. Originally, there is an actor inside the suit for Darth Vader in the first 3 movies, okay, and everything, but the voice that he had, I think, is like a Scottish actor, and when they were recording and everything, and he started to talk, they said, I don't think that is the voice that we would like to see in Darth Vader. And I was checking as well some information, and I seen a documentary of James Earl Jones that he himself says they wanted a dark voice, not in the sense of color of skin, because he is a black man, but he explains this topic because it's a kind of something that people will ask, this not about that. This was basically about the darkness of the character, because as we know, Darth Vader is the bad guy in the story, is the dark side in Star Wars. He is the bad, okay? So they wanted a dark and very, like, the voice was very like deep and thin like this, and knowing James Earl Jones, they said, yeah, we need you to do this, and you are gonna be excellent, and he nailed it, and it has become an icon, and I love it, and he did Mufasa as well. So I decided to go for another joke, another comic, another scene that I made a anthropomorphic lion me, like Simba, that when he goes to the water and he's not unable to see Mufasa, the father that died, and then here when he's looking, he sees himself, and then Mufasa shows he comes out here on the clouds and this mysticism, this magic, and he's like, remember who you are. And yeah, and this is as well a little bit of a life lesson for everyone. Like for example, I said it in my previous video as well, like you love to draw, but maybe your surroundings and the people that you have around, they are not much for the interest in what you do, in what you draw, in what you write, in what you play. But you don't have to stop doing the things that you want. You need to look into yourself and appreciate the things that you do and respect yourself and basically love yourself, you know, and remember who you are. And if you have deep in you the sense of art and the sense of drawing, don't stop drawing, because it's beautiful and you can bring many beautiful things to this world, like all these Disney movies and all the stories and everything adapted from original stories, and some of them as well, obviously new and fresh stories. We are gonna jump into the two latest prompts, the last prompts of the challenge. Okay, number 30, we have horse. And as you can see here up there, we have this little horse that you may recognize as Pegasus from Hercules. And I'm joking in the post, like Zeus is happy with me and he wants to give me a birthday present or a project, because I'm almost finished with the project. It gives me a Pegasus present, because if you remember at the beginning of the movie when Hercules is baby and he's still with Zeus and the mom, and there as a baby, shiny, glowing, godly and everything, Zeus grabs a piece of cloud and moves it like this, and makes in the hand, holding in the hand, a little Pegasus. And then Pegasus from the cloud poofs, and that is it. Something like that I wanted to do. And as well, I changed as well a little bit the ground here, making it like we are on the Olympus, in the Olympus, in the Mount Olympus there. The last one. Okay, not the less important, but here we have the last one. Let it go is the prompt. Let it go, because it's the end of the challenge, and I decided to, again, because it's a girl and everything, I decided to go for my safe area and do a more cartoony character, do Olaf, and Let It Go song when she's singing about, you know, the change that she is under. That is all about what we talk with Mufasa and as well and everything. So it's about her being her. It's about you being you and being able to be comfortable in your own shoes. She's singing the song, creating the castle and everything, and when she starts singing, she swirls, bzz, and she creates, she makes, she gives birth like this from the snow to Olaf. This is the funny character in the story, the funny guy that is joking and being silly around and everything, very naive, very honest, very pure character. And to be honest, I decided to do this because it is a character, probably my favorite character in the story. I know the voice actor is not very happy of currently having given his normal voice to him, because now when he talks, he is Olaf. And he regrets that, and I've seen an interview as well about it. And here as well I decided to do myself a little bit fantastic, you know, giving the powers like and wearing this magic cape like Elsa is wearing, this purplish cape that on the original dress, in the original robes that she's coming from the castle, and she's escaping there to the mountains, to the snowy mountains. And then when she transforms and starts singing, creates Olaf and everything, she changes the body as well, the clothes and everything. It becomes like this kind of glass, ice, blue, pale, and whitish and everything, and kind of a rebirth. I think that is the concept of what they want to show in that clip, in that movie, in this particular song, the concept of rebirth. That is why as well she creates Olaf, that it's a character that snowman that she used to do with the sister when they were little. They would create a snowman with this style, so it's kind of a concept of rebirth, I think, for the story. And this is my challenge. this is my challenge of DISember 2024. I love it so much. I want to thank the community for following me during the whole month of December, and you know, participating, like commenting and liking and sharing the stuff and everything. This has been one of my favorite monthly challenges ever, because it touched my soul, my Disney soul, my kid moments and everything, with all these characters, Mary Poppins, Tigger, you know, Hercules, and everything. At some point I may do even more outside of DISember. I may do even more drawings of myself with other Disney characters that I haven't actually drawn, with from other movies that I actually love, like, I don't know, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, Bambi, many other movies, okay? Because I love Disney. And yeah, I wanna thank as well the hosts for this super fantastic challenge, that they have been, you know, sharing other people's work as well on Instagram and everything, so we were able to see other participants, other artists drawing their characters, and follow them and like their drawings and everything. So thanks to Whitney Paulette, The Animation Life, and LV Illustrates. Fantastic work. Thank you very much for this, and I can't wait for December 2025 to do another challenge as well. But most probably you will see in the channel, in the YouTube channel and in the Instagram account, more and more Disney drawings and analysis of movies and things like this. So yeah, I think we finished for today. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandrago's Cave. I hope that you had a nice time here, that you enjoyed the video. The channel is gonna be changing a couple of things, so more sketchbook tours, more drawings, more analysis of movies, more random characters from video games, from books, from everything, and we park a little bit the Inktober drawings and the Inktober analysis as well, to introduce a couple of new things, okay? So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!